Oh my god. £1.
I'm talking to you guys today, which is the best time of year to fly, and I'm also going to be talking to you guys today, which is the cheapest time to fly. Now, when I talk about the best time of year to fly, I'm going to be taking into account the weather conditions, and I'm also taking into account how many planes are in the sky, because as you know, there can be some air traffic control restrictions, and there can also be some delays. So, without further ado, let's get on with the video. Now, like it says in the title of the video, I'm going to be comparing it for budget airlines today. So, it's only going to be one budget airline I'm going to be preparing. And then we're also going to make a separate video about the sort of premium type of carriers. But I'm going to be comparing it with Ryanair today, as they tend to be the cheapest carrier. So, let's get on with the video. I'm going to make this as fair as possible. Okay guys, so basically, to make this a fair comparison, I'm going to be going on this Ryanair website, and obviously, I'm going to try and get you the cheapest flights possible. There is a part of the website where you can find out the cheapest possible flights. Basically, this is going to be London Stansted, so we're going to be going from Stansted to Dortmund because it's £9.99. Okay, so as you can see, obviously this is not in the summer period, but as you can see, in November the flight tends to be about £9.99, and it can also be a little bit higher, maybe £12, £14. If you want to go in the summer period, then it will probably be, oh my god, £1. That is insane, guys. I can't believe I just found this. Right, so if you went from Stansted to Dortmund on the 21st of August, it is literally £1.25. Wow. And if you return to, say, the Monday the 26th, it's obviously going to be more expensive. It's going to be £37.99. So as you can see in the summer, so far Aston is very good. Although there are some parts in the summer where it can be extortionate. For instance, let's take into account the 25th of August, which is going to be about £214. And on Saturday, £143. And on Friday, the 23rd, £214. And now let's compare it with other times of year. Okay guys, now let's compare September. So in September, it's obviously going to be relatively cheap because people have gone back to school. However, it's looking at a very steady pace throughout the month. It's not up or down like August, because in August it's either really expensive or really cheap. In September, we can get flights for about £14, £18, £35 and £25 and £21. So we can got a rough idea of September. So September tends to be relatively cheap, although obviously as it goes further on in the year, the sales tend to be more sales when it's approaching that month, because they tend to do it one at a time. So now compared to September, let's go on to October. So October, you can see here that the flight tends to be about 10 quid. Oh god, it can even be £98. It's got a high of £98, and it's got a low of £9.99. Right, now moving on to November. So November has a high of £59.99, and it has a low of about £9.99 once again. In December, you can see that obviously towards the end of December, because it's Christmas time, the flight price tends to be more expensive because people are going to go away for Christmas breaks. As you can see, in December, the high is £55.99, which is not bad at all. And you can see the low is about £18.84. Moving on to January, you can see that there is a high of £49.99 and a low of £19.99. Okay, guys, so now let's move on to February. So in February, as you can see, you've got a high of £34.99, and you've got a low of £25.99. You can see in March, you can see that you've got a high of £45.99, and you have a low of £25.99. Okay, so we're going to do it up to there. So as you can see, guys, in that comparison I just did, you can probably just see that the summer actually is very, very cheap. Now, it may appear cheap, but that's obviously because the sales are on at the moment. If we got further on into the year, then you would probably see that the flight prices will get cheaper. If you saw in that look at the flight prices of the year, you may have seen that on the weekends it tends to be more expensive compared to on weekdays with people at school. It tends to be much cheaper. Now, as you saw, a whopping £1, only £1.25 for a flight from Stansted to Dortmund. That is absolutely insane, guys. I can't believe I found it that cheap. There is no way you can get a flight cheaper than that. And just to say that when you go away in August, or if you go away in January, you can see that they both can be very cheap. And the thing is that Ryanair, obviously at the moment, they are trying to get their prices as low as possible, which is very good. And because of that, obviously makes flight prices cheaper. Now the thing is, guys, for this one, when you say where is the cheapest time to fly in the year, basically it really depends when you book. So if you booked, for instance, in July for a flight that's going in August, then it might not be as cheap. If you go further on into the month of August, then you'll see it will get cheaper because they want to sell off those last seats. They want to get those last seats sold just so the flight is full and they have a high load factor. Now, basically, if you see that if you're going to fly in potentially January time or if you want to fly around Christmas period, you would see that there is a time where the flight prices can be very expensive because of the Christmas period. But you can also see as well they can be very, very cheap because of the fact that you're flying in a very, very cold month and the fact that you're also flying in a month where you can get potential fog or you can get potential really bad weather. Now, in the summer, there tends to be more thunderstorms. If you go towards the end of July, I've noticed in the past few years that there tends to be more thunderstorms. If you go towards the end of August, that there tends to be less thunderstorms and it tends to be pretty good weather. It tends to be relatively average weather towards the end of August because you're going into September. September can be very hot as well. Right, guys, so I'm just going to give you an example. So, as you see on the internet here, it says it can be visited, the United Kingdom can be visited at any time of year. And you can also see that the best time to actually go away when it's the driest is late March to early June and in autumn of September to November. They're the best times to visit because they're not very rainy usually. If you saw their last footage, that's the best time of year to go away if you was going away to the UK. Now we're going to be comparing about going away to a different country, maybe like a summer getaway type of thing, because obviously, you know, most Brits tend to go to Spain, and they tend to go to somewhere warm, so let's go check that out right now. Hey guys, this is very interesting, because in Spain it's very, very similar to the UK when it's best time to go away. So as you can see here, the best time to visit Spain is typically in the spring, so that tends to be the best time because it tends to be not too hot but not too cold either. It tends to be a very, very nice temperature. You can see that it's also good to go away to Spain September to November time because you'll find fewer crowds and cheaper accommodations, and you'll also get the best weather as well, just in case you like your nice typical beach holidays. Okay guys, so now I'm going to be comparing when's the best time of year to go away for weather in Europe. So, in many places in the northern countries like Iceland, Sweden, Norway, July, August brings the best weather of the year. The temperatures tend to be typically around 20 to 22 degrees Celsius. In the continental Europe, you would generally expect pleasant weather from mid-May through to mid-September. So when you're flying in the summer, you will notice that there tends to be more air traffic control restrictions compared to the winter. Now, the reason for this is because there's many planes flying around because they want to get as much profit as possible because obviously most people tend to travel in the summer period compared to the winter period. Now, when you're travelling in the summer period, you will tend to have many more issues. You tend to have more delays and you can potentially even have more cancellations. In the winter, you can also get very bad weather as well, but the thing is that it's not necessarily down to weather in this case. I'm talking to you guys today about now the delays. So you're going to get more delays in the summer. And also the fact that planes actually tend to fly better in the winter because of the fact that the engines are already very heated. So the heat, if the heat adds on, that means therefore the engines will get overheated. If you fly in the winter, it'll be more balanced because you'll get the engine to be a bit more colder, which means it's a better time to fly. And you also get to your destination much quicker. For instance, when I was flying from Gothenburg to Stansted, my flight was actually delayed by 1 hour and 45 minutes because of air traffic control restrictions around Stansted. Now, this was in June time, and I think June counts as a summer. And it can also happen as well in all the summer months of June, July, August, and even September. So, therefore, I can tell you that you'll get more delays in the summer, or you're more likely to get delays in the summer. But summer can be a good time to go to places as well. However, the issue also with summer with going to places is that you're probably going to get worn out more because of the fact that it's really hot outside, and when you're hot and bothered, you tend to be more tired. The other issue with flying in the summer is you tend to get more strikes, typically for airlines or for airports as well. As you've seen potentially, you might have seen this, you might not have seen it, in some news articles, you've seen that there have been threats for strike action at Heathrow Airport, Gatwick Airport and Stansted airports for the actual employees there. And you've seen that they've been threatening for strike action. You've seen that the ones at Stansted though have been called off for EasyJet. And Heathrow, I believe Heathrow and Gatwick, they might be called off. But you're got this uncertainty if you fly in the summer compared to the winter period where you won't have uncertainty because they never strike in the winter because unions for some reason like to ruin people's holidays. And I can understand obviously if you're fighting for workers' rights, but the thing is though sometimes unions can get a bit too powerful, which can cause devastation for people who are trying to fly away in the summer period. And if in the winter you get more relaxed and stress-free holidays, I believe. And it also won't be as populated as well. For instance, you also get better accommodation as well because of the fact that it'd be more cheaper as well if you went in the winter compared to the summer. It can also depend where you fly to. For instance, if you was going away in the summer period or any periods of the year, you'll notice that airlines have to pay for fuel for the length of time your journey is. If you was going for a relatively short flight, the flight price will be cheaper because the fuel will be cheaper because you won't need to have as much of it. If you went to somewhere, for instance, like Fuerteventura, which is where I'm going to, Canary Islands, in a week, you'll notice that it'll be more expensive because it's a typical 4-hour, 3-hour or 5-hour flight. And basically, the other thing I would like to add on as well is that if you went to potentially the Canary Islands or somewhere like that, the temperature tends to stay the same throughout the entire year. Right guys, now it's time for a conclusion. So, in my opinion, I believe that the best time of year to fly is from the period of November, or potentially even October to January or February time, or even the springtime. Now, basically, guys, I think this is the best time of year to fly because you won't get that many air traffic control restrictions. You won't get bad weather. You won't get as bad weather if you're thinking about thunderstorms, because thunderstorms tend to be worse. Now, you may get snow, but to be honest with you, global warming's preventing that at the moment, and also the fact that it tends to be less wet outside. And if you're going away potentially in April period, that could be a little bit wet. You can get wet outside because of April Fools. And yeah, so I believe that's the best time of year to fly, around the winter period. Now, the thing is that when you're talking about the cheapest time of year to fly, it's very, very hard to say which is the cheapest time of year to fly. Because you're going to get sales on all the time from airlines because they want to make money and they also want to sell off their last seats. What I can tell you guys is that it's definitely the cheapest time to book when you are not that far away from getting to your holiday. For instance, if you're going to fly in August the 31st, then I think the best time of year to fly, or the best time of year to book it, I think the best time of year to book the time of travel is around August time. Now, you can book it before that, but there is a risk that it could either be more expensive or it could be cheaper. Now, the thing is, guys, is that when you're flying away in August or any time of year, there is also that risk that it can be more expensive because of the fact that it's really close to your time of departure. Accommodation might be booked out, so it's really your choice, but I believe it tends to be the best time of year to book. I think it's the best time to book about a month or two in advance. I'd also like to add on that winter fuel costs tend to be relatively high. Now it's because it's very cold outside and they're trying to, because of other reasons. But basically, because the fuel tends to be higher in the winter, unfortunately that might mean that flight prices may increase. Now this is quite surprising because I thought that the summer period would be very, very expensive. But it's very clear that it's not necessarily always expensive because they want to get as many people on the plane as possible. Airlines also tend to get more profit as well because of the fact that sometimes cities may actually give the airline some revenue or some money because of the fact they've got customers attracted to that city. And I think that's also another point why budget airlines tend to work very well, is because of the fact they get money from other things, not just for flights, but for extra add-ons. I hope you enjoyed today's video, guys. Thank you very much for taking time to watch this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Please like the video if you thought it was a good video. If you thought it wasn't very good, then please dislike the video and give me constructive criticism, because I don't like dislikes without constructive criticism. Because then I won't know what I can do in the future to improve the video. So, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace, guys.